everyone, so today I am here to do my October wrap-up. Now first let me apologize for the fact that I haven't been putting up very many videos, I haven't really been reading very much, but if you guys do want to keep up with my reading throughout the month because I haven't been making very many videos, follow me on Goodreads. I post there constantly, I'm always updating what I'm reading and what I'm doing and stuff on there. But basically, I explained it in my last video, if you guys saw that, that college has been a little hectic this month, so I didn't get to read very much at all. I read 4 books and 2 manga, and I'm in the middle of 2 books, but I haven't really read for about a week. I've read like, I don't know, 50 pages in the past week, so it's been kind of slumpy, but I think I really want to read. It's just the fact that I have 0 time to do anything between school and lacrosse and homework and exams and stuff like that. But yeah, let me just show you guys what I have read this month. So the first book I read was The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. I read this for my sci-fi literature course, and I actually have an entire review on this book that I will link down below. This book was absolutely incredible. I absolutely loved it. It is one of my favorite books now, and obviously I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, but I go into a lot of detail in my review. But if you want a quick little summary, this is a sci-fi novel that follows a man named George who his dreams will change the universe, and then when he goes to a therapist, the therapist finds out about these powers and tries to use them for his own benefit. I absolutely love this book. I really want to get some more Ursula K. Le Guin books to read because this one was so good, and it's not even one of her most acclaimed novels, so absolutely amazing. If this sounds interesting, please check out my review. The next 2 things I read were the manga, and that is Chobits Volume 1 and Volume 2. You can't see those. Okay. If you guys didn't know, I am a huge fan. These are so big, I can't. These are 7 and 900 pages each, so I'm just gonna hold up one. But, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge fan of Clamp. I absolutely love their Holic and Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles and X 1999 series, so I've been really wanting to pick up Chobits for a very long time, but it's always been on the top of my reading list for manga, but these are very, very expensive, these omnibuses, but I found them online for a couple bucks each, so obviously I got them and immediately read them, and I loved them. If you don't know what Chobits is about, it is a manga that follows a world where there are persocoms, which are computers, but they are shaped like humans and they're like companions, and this boy, Hideki, he finds a broken one in the trash and brings her home, and it is Chi. And basically it's about finding out where Chi came from and just kind of discovering more about persocoms, and these were absolutely incredible. I highly recommend, if you can get your hands on these for a couple of dollars, to get them because these are just so enjoyable. I really highly recommend Clamp books in general because they have a very amazing way of balancing absolutely insane plot lines, because Clamp World, everything connects, and humor and just amazing art. So these are also definitely boy humor, so there's random nudity and girls being sexy and stuff, so be prepared if you go into a Clamp because that happens a lot. It's very boy humor, I guess, but these 2 were amazing, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars and this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very good. The next book I read was a big disappointment this month, and that is The Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know Sarah Beth Durst is one of my favorite authors. This was her newest book that came out. I ordered it immediately when it came out, and I picked it up immediately when it showed up at my school, and I read it, and I didn't really like it very much. I was absolutely shocked at the fact that Sarah Beth Durst wrote this cookie-cutter YA fantasy, because Sarah Beth Durst I can always count on for, even if it starts out like every other YA book ever, she always puts a twist on it and makes it really, really enjoyable. I've given so many of her books 5 out of 5 stars and so many on my favorites list. So going into this, I was expecting a lot. It was exact cookie-cutter YA fantasy like every other one that I've ever read ever. So, a little disappointing. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars though, because it was good, I guess, because I'm just really sick of YA fantasy, but if you like YA fantasy, you'd really like this. But I give it 3 out of 5 stars because Sarah Beth Durst, the writing was great. and I really liked how gory this was for a YA fantasy, and I also liked the world. It was pretty good, but I'm just so sick of YA fantasy. The next book I read was Your Republic is Calling by Young Hakim. I read his book, I Have the Right to Destroy Myself, You Have the Right to Destroy Yourself, something like that, a while ago, and it was a book that I didn't give that high of a rating, but it stayed with me for so long, and I found this in a used bookstore, so I decided to pick it up, and I read it, and I was pretty let down. While his other book was like this big, it was like 90 pages, I wanted more of that. This one dragged on so long. So I ended up giving it a 2 out of 5 stars because I do really like his writing style and I did really like the characters, but it just seemed to focus on really weird things. So basically this book is called Your Republic is Calling You because there is a man named Kyung who is living in South Korea, but he is from North Korea and he's supposed to be a spy, but he's kind of like made himself a life and a family. He has a daughter and a wife and everything. And he gets a sudden message saying that he needs to come back to North Korea. And I really was interested in his story, but they focused so much on things that I felt like didn't really matter that much. There's someone vacuuming outside. I don't know if you can hear that, someone's vacuuming the outside. Like, it kept focusing on his wife who's, like, cheating on him, and she's, like, meets up with these guys and, like, has an orgy with them, and I was like, okay, like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, I don't know why this is such a big part of this book, because it didn't do anything for the story, and then, like, it focused on his daughter a lot, but, like, also that had nothing to do with anything, and then, like, nothing really even happened with his plotline. So this book was just very, very long, drawn out, like, contemplating what to do, but, like, nothing really happening. I was really excited for this because it takes place in 24 hours, which I really enjoy when books do that, but this book took place in 24 hours that nothing happened in. So, it was a little weird, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I would like to try something else by Young Hakim, but this one just was not for me. And the last book I completed this month was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I mentioned this in my previous video. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually, like, fully read this book. I read, I think I got to like 200 something, I think like 250 maybe, and it's like 400, 300 something pages. I think I got like 200 pages into this book, and I just couldn't, I didn't care at all. So I looked up the ending, and I have to agree with most people that this is a carbon copy of Gone Girl. Like, this is a book that I feel like can be compared to it, just in a horrible way. Like, this was not good. I loved Gone Girl. This book was just like, I don't understand why every fucking thriller nowadays is about a woman who goes missing, and then the husband or the boyfriend or whatever gets blamed, and then, like, someone's trying to find her, and I'm just so sick of that plot line. It's killing me. I was not planning on picking up this book, but my coworker got it for me, and so I obviously felt like reading it because it's like October and I didn't read any spooky books, so I felt like I should pick up a thriller, and I just didn't care. I really did not like the main character. I really didn't like the girl who went missing. I really didn't care about anyone. So yeah, I gave this like a 2, maybe 1.5 out of 5 stars. It was... Read Gone Girl instead, okay? So yes, these were all of the books that I read in the month of October, and I am currently in the middle of 2. I am currently reading The Einstein Intersection by Samuel R. Delaney. This is for my sci-fi literature course. We are about, I think, 90 pages into it, and I'll be finishing this up in November, obviously, because I think I finish it like this week or so. This is the weirdest fucking book I've ever read. If you follow me on Goodreads, you will be seeing all of my different updates, and I just keep going, what the hell is my professor making me read? It's just so weird. It's a book that it's like humans have killed the Earth and we've left and gone somewhere else, and aliens come down and like take over Earth and like make it their home instead, and it's just super weird. I just read a part where they were like, this town isn't cool because their orgies aren't good enough, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I don't really understand this book at all. It's really freaking weird, so but yeah, I'm in the middle of that one. And I am also in the middle of Tell the Wolves I Am Home by Carol Rivka Brunt, which I have been reading for like a week and a half, I think. Maybe like 10 days. And I am 66 pages into it, but I am enjoying this book so much. I really want to read it too. It's like not even like this is a bad book and I just don't want to pick it up. I am enjoying this so much. This is probably gonna, if it continues the way it is right now, it's gonna be a 5 out of 5 stars. But I haven't had time to read and it's really sucked. But if you don't know what this book is about, it is about a like 16, I think, year old girl who, her uncle has died from AIDS. And there's something a little off about her. I feel like you know that right from the beginning. Something's a little bit weird about her. And like right now I'm at the part where her uncle's boyfriend is trying to contact her and stuff like that. And this takes place in 1987, so it's a time when AIDS is very, very taboo, and like they think that you can get it from like just touching someone with AIDS and stuff like that. So it's a very, very interesting novel so far. It is beautifully written. And it is so, so good. So if you guys have ever wanted to pick this up, I really, really recommend it. And also, side note, I mentioned this in my previous video too, this has an asexual character in it at the moment. I'm really hoping she stays asexual because I've read quite a few books where a character seems asexual and then she's suddenly not. So at the moment it has an asexual character, which is very, very fun. So yes, those are all of the books that I've read this month and I am currently in the middle of, so tell me what your favorite book of this month that you've read so far has been, and what are you guys currently reading? Have you read any of these books? Tell me down below. Anyways, I love y'all and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!